Have you been searching for something for your knee pain? Well, I have, and this is the best tip that I have for knee pain relief. Now, this is something that's been studied since the 1980s, and what is it? It is walking backwards. And what's so interesting, and we're gonna do a little bit of that in just a second, but walking backwards helps to create reduced shear forces on the knees, and it's often those shear forces that cause that compression, and with osteoarthritis building up over time, even if you're a little bit overweight, this has more of those shear forces on the knees. If you do certain exercises as well, a lot of jumping, a lot of running, stopping, so things like basketball, tennis, and other racket sports puts a lot of those shear forces on the knees. And by walking backwards, this will actually help you to decrease some of those forces, therefore being able to rehabilitate your knees much more quickly. Now, something else interesting that you're going to love about walking backwards is that it actually uses more energy in a shorter period of time and burns more calories. So if you're looking to lose some of those extra unwanted pounds, walking backwards may be just the way to do it. Okay, so let's do this backwards walking. Now, one of the other things that's great about walking backwards is that this is also great for anybody who is recovering from a hamstring strain, because now you are having a reduced hip range of motion when you walk backwards as opposed to, of course, walking forwards. Okay, so let's get this going here. And forgive my inappropriate footwear for this segment. Didn't come prepared with my running shoes, my trainers, depending on where you live. So you have to be a little bit careful with this. Oops, I think I've put up my speed a little bit too high for this, for the purposes of what I'm wearing on my feet today. So walking forwards, of course, everybody does that, but you're going to be really careful about, if you are on an active treadmill, about turning around, getting your footing right, and walking backwards. So some of the benefits of walking backwards: it helps to increase the strength in the lesser used leg muscles, which is great, helps with rehabilitation for knee injuries, helps to improve your walking technique and form as well, and of course helps with balance. This is a challenge for me right now, talking and walking backwards at the same time, especially in these kinds of shoes. And again, helps to elevate your body's metabolism. So remember, the studies showed that walking backwards burns more calories than walking in the forwards direction. One of the most common injuries in the knee is called the patellofemoral pain, and that joint compression that can happen between, of course, the kneecap, the patella, and that femoral joint. So walking backwards can be one of the best things for actually alleviating that type of pain and inflammation in this type of knee condition. In this study, it's interesting because it was concluded that backwards running had a reduced patellofemoral joint compression forces compared to front running. So my caveat and caution here is that you work your way up if you're going to try some backwards running. Even though walking can be tricky at the beginning, it's challenging your balance and, of course, your mental awareness as to your environment and what you're doing. So certainly on a treadmill is a great way to start, and doing that very slowly, being very careful, and maybe working your way up in a safe environment. Maybe on a beach would be great to practice, if there's no other people around, to practice some backwards running. Great for those knees and great for that rehabilitation of the knee joints. So good luck with that backwards walking, and maybe even venturing into the backwards running. Please be careful, of course, but for a list of natural painkillers to help while your knee is healing, or maybe other parts of your body as well, please check out my video, Top 10 Natural Painkillers That Can Help You Deal with Pain. I'll see you there.